Pretty cool for Hayden to be getting to go and experience Omaha. Just what's it been like for you guys as parents, watching him get to succeed on the college level, and he's going to get to experience something that's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely for a local kid to get to go and do all this is super cool. He's excited. We, as a parent and coaching him since he was a little kid and doing all this the whole time, I'm not going to say you kind of expect it, but you go to LSU, you expect it. You expect these are things you kind of expect, and of course he's been derailed a couple of years with some injuries and stuff, but he's never lost faith on what he's doing.
What's his mindset been like during those injuries? Because it's hard. A baseball player, you deal with so much failure. If you get one hit and 3 at bats,
right,
you fail twice, you
Sure.
succeed once, and
Still a great game. Yeah,
right, and you're positive.
Yeah.
But how does somebody who's had success his entire life, he's been good. He was good at Loyola. He was good at Airline. What was his mindset like when he was having to deal with those injuries?
And that's the other thing too. Anytime he's been on the field at LSU, he's been good. So and then all of a sudden it's a kick in the butt injury, a kid like him, it's very difficult. Obviously, you want to be playing. It's like a caged animal, like you want to be on the field playing. But at the same time, it allowed him to really grow mentally too. Because you got to sit there and watch and not be a part of it. But you also, it gave him a lot of time to think about techniques of the game, like refine your swing, like, okay, I could be doing this and I can be doing this and other things, So also too, and that's the funny thing about like the Ole Miss game when he came in, he's doing these things in his mind during a game, even if he's not playing, even if he's hurt, like in his mind, he's already playing. He's playing the game. Like he's having at bats. Like he's paying attention. He's just not walking in cold. Like he already, he's ready for the moment. So, but yeah, it's hard. I mean, he never lost faith on what he's doing. He already knew, what he was capable of.
Jordan Thompson said yesterday that even when Hayden was out and he was hurt, like if there was a bad at bat or something, he would go and talk to Hayden about his swing.
Yeah.
That's got to make you feel good as a dad, as a former coach, that,
right.
Hey, my son's a great teammate too.
He is. And the thing about Hayden is like to his detriment too, he's put a lot of time into learning a baseball swing, read a lot of books on it, paid attention to a lot of different coaches and got a lot of different input from guys all over the country, pro guys, pro players. I mean, they really do network and talk about it. So he's taken the time and learned a lot of different philosophies about it. So when it comes to players like Jordan who are struggling, like he gets as excited or more to help them iron something out than more his game. You know what I mean? So he enjoys that part of the game as well. So yeah, for sure. He enjoys it for sure, doing stuff like that, swing stuff.
See coaching in his future?
I mean, hopefully 30 years from now, probably. Yeah, no doubt. Because, him and we've always done swing stuff together, and it's always been a trial and error. I don't know that a lot of people know this, but first couple years at LSU, he would change swings from game to game. Like it would be one game it'd be leg lift, one game it'd be toe touch, one game your hands here, everything would change every game, and it would drive Paul Maneri and everybody nuts. Like stop, change. He was like, "No, I'm gonna keep doing it, man. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna get a feel for what I need to do." And it's a process of elimination is really what it is. You want to eliminate what is going to work and what isn't. And obviously with SEC pitching, he's obviously knows what it takes to do it. So. It's and me too. I'm just like, dude, stop being he's just like a scientist, man. He tweaks everything, plays with this, plays with that. So, but that's really been the thing this year and in the off season is, hey, let's stay with a plan and make it as simple and easy as possible, and just be repetitive because that's baseball. Do it the same thing. It's boring. Like do the same thing over and over. Every day, and he's really embraced that this year. So, being a big, strong kid doesn't hurt either. So you make a mistake, you can adjust to it. So, but yeah, he's he's more excited for other kids to do well, just as he is. So
Some of the other kids have said that he's the most confident kid on the team.
yeah,
Where's he get all that confidence?
he's been like that ever since he's a little kid, man. Like he'd pop out, little kids. He's like, Dad, I'm doing this or this, or I'm gonna go like playing football. Dad, I'm gonna have 2 pick sixes today. And I was like, whatever, man. And he was like, all right, how much money do I get for a pick six? I was like, you get a pick six today, I'll give you $100. He'd go get 2 pick sixes in the game. Like, he just believes that whatever he just believes in it. He just knows it. And, I've gotten used to it. Sometimes other people are like, oh, this kid's full of crap, but I'm just used to him, He's never wavered, not a second. Like, on this whole deal, he's believed. And that's another reason why he came back to LSU. There's a lot of places he could have left, and LSU brings in dudes all the time. Right. The LSU team is full of a roster of guys that could all leave individually and go be the dude and star on another team. And guys like Hayden, and there's several others, Cade Beloso, there's several others that come in there and say, hey, we know what this is, and now this is what's coming to fruition, going to the World Series. So, you just got to believe in it, and he knew from the start of the season. I know where we're going to be at the end of the season. So, man, they're there. So it's cool to look at a dude and they say that and then it's real. Like they already knew it and it happened, and so
Tell me about those shirts. How did that come about?
The shirts here, oh man, we. Dude, I called him one day. I actually sketched it out, the little his glasses and the giant mustache, which is he's got this year, and the soul patch. And I sketched it out. I said, hey man, what if we make some shirts? And he was like, yeah, it's a great idea. And I was like, just do an outline of your face, and he did it. We made a logo, and I was just making shirts just for the heck of it. Hey, let's make some shirts just for the family, and everybody's like all over it. Like I didn't really expect it. So there's, I guess, an online store and everything else, and now they're hats and the whole deal. So that was an unexpected deal, but yeah, I saw there's some posts that I saw somebody sent me, like the send off today. There's people with signs up with the same logo on it and everything else. I was, it's different. It's different. He enjoys it.
What are his ultimate goals with baseball? Obviously, he wants to go and play Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he wants to. I mean, I don't want to elaborate on all of his goals because they sound lofty. But at this point in time, like when you think about it, when he's a little kid and he's writing stuff on his, elementary school papers, I'm going to be, in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Like those are things like he already believes that he's going to do. So I know that's way cart before the horse type stuff. But that's that's his mindset really. Like, and I think you almost have to have that type of level of confidence to achieve it. Players players on the LSU level and above and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of athletic dudes on this planet. You just have to have a different level of confidence to go that extra bit, and he definitely has it. So,
over the last month and a half, he's been the best hitter on LSU's team, and that surprised a lot of people because he hadn't been playing. A lot of people didn't know he had tweaked a hamstring or anything like that. He just wasn't in the lineup. Right. As a dad, being able to watch him and watch him succeed at such a high level. I mean, he's been one of the best hitters in the country over the last month and a half. Right. What's that been like for you?
It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. But I'm kind of, we're very similar people, like if you talk to him on the phone after a game where he goes like 2 for 4 or 1 for 3 and has a home run and like gets walked 2 or 3 times, like in his mindset, he's not thinking about those accomplishments. He's thinking about, man, that one at bat, I missed that pitch. You know what I mean? Or that one at bat, didn't do this right. Or, you know what I mean? So he doesn't really revel in the successes. He could probably care less about what he's hitting and how many home runs. That's really not his deal. And kind of the same with me. I think it's cool. It's great that people talk about it, but at the end game, like it's not about that. It's about him, putting a giant ring on that finger. That's what he wants, So, and that's what all those kids want.
And they knew that going into LSU. That's the goal at LSU for every single season.
And that's why I think LSU is so much different than even other SEC schools. Like when you come to LSU, there's only one goal. Like it's not let's nobody cares about the SEC. I'm gonna be honest with you, nobody cares about the SEC championship at LSU. They don't care about that. They care about going to Omaha and putting another championship on that billboard. That's what they care about. So, yeah, that's the goal, and that's the expectation. Really, with all LSU sports, you see with football too, it's the same thing. Like you have a 15-2 season, and it's a failure. Mm-hmm. You know how many other programs you know are like that? So it's
3 or 4.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not a win.
What are you expecting out of the kids up in Omaha? Because this is a team only. This isn't normal for LSU. When LSU goes, there's usually 4, 5, 6 kids that have played in Omaha. There's 3. None of them played in Omaha in an LSU jersey.
Yeah. So I think they're just so confident in each other that this team is going to put up runs. Even if we play poorly, we're going to put up runs. We're going to put up 7 or 8 runs. I mean, it's just this lineup it's a lot of dudes in this lineup. So I don't think they're worried about anything. Obviously the pitching is, especially bullpen stuff. These guys are super great. These guys are great pitchers. They just really need to find their groove and it's like it's kind of like a combination. You want to find who fits in what part of the game the best, and they've really dialed that in, honestly, on who to come in. Thatcher's been great. All these other kids who have come in there and really just done what they, and they have confidence in each other. Like they know, even if they're not having a good game, they know that even if they give up a run or 2, they don't care. They're going to score 3 or 4 the next inning, so it's okay. So they already kind of, I don't think the Omaha experience is a necessity, especially for a team like this. They have full expectations of taking this thing the whole way.
Well, and at LSU, you already play in front of 12,000 people.
Right? Yeah.
It's not like that at most other schools.
Right. I was watching. I don't know what. I think it was the Kentucky series when was it Indiana that they were playing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched that, and they panned around the crowd, and they were so hyped. They were like, "Oh, there's 4,000 packed house." I'm thinking 4,000 packed house. That's like a midweek game for us. I was like, man, what? So yeah, the pressure for them. There is no other pressure like LSU pressure. Fans, it's like playing at Yankee Stadium or Philadelphia. It's pressure. And that's the good thing about LSU players. They embrace it. They love it. Hayden loves to be booed. He loves reading the Twitter comments on how terrible he is. Loves it. And you have to embrace that as a player. You can't hate that. You have to love that. And that's just the winning atmosphere down there in Baton Rouge. If you're great, you're great. If you're not, they're going to let you know it. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.